The Palmetto Bowl has had its moments over the years, some ranked matchups, massive upsets, even a fight or two. It's a rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So South Carolina's offense will have the football first. The Tigers pulled out a close one the last time they saw their Palmetto State rivals.
And Clemson, they were sleepwalking early in that game. They know when they play South Carolina, they're going to get their A-plus effort. They're going to have to take some haymakers, and they got to wake up in this one, Dave.
I think it's tough late in the season, regardless when you play. The rivalry is deep. The hatred is deep. Even when seasons are out of touch for South Carolina, they can put an exclamation point by beating Clemson at the end of the year.
And the Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Bring in the heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Pulls it in at the 25. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Clemson's offense will get the ball for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over. He got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often. They hit him early. They got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today, protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
He's got him in the flat. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the...
There he goes. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Find some fresh air. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him, and he continues to deliver and make big play after big play. This dude is an absolute superstar.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football. So good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back finding his crease.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
And he missed it. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Now the play fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pulls it in down the sideline. Grips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Fires it incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
He got it. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Unleashes one. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that 1st down marker. 4th down coming. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. On 4th down, going to the air. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground. Calls his own number. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Power football with the run. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? It is perfect. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive. And now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The game, originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday, was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos. A silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state. And bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Gets it out quickly. Still on his feet at the 45. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jones. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll go to the ground. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've had a couple of drives bogged down, had to settle for field goals, and now they'll try to get it into the end zone this time. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Still running at the 40. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now, with the positive play, you're setting up 3rd and inches.
This crowd knows when to bring it. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Here's a heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Page. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And how about that? That's the first for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
He fires one deep over the middle. And he's got it inside the 10.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Complete in the middle. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. Then they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Gets it past the marker. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw on first down. Sends it downfield, and incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Looking to throw for it. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Steps away to find some room. Working on the right. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. They'll give it to Johnson. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your...
Turning it on! And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. He's now up to 104 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Looking downfield very late in the half. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got an open man. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the...
It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, the Palm Tree Trophy on the line, and already Clemson and South Carolina have given us some stirring moments. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's send it back to the guys to see how the battle between South Carolina and Clemson plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Gamecocks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. They'll give it to the back. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Quarterback making adjustments. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now the lead is even bigger. Out of the end zone. And the returner will be knocked down. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17.
Breaks into the open. He has the first and still on his feet. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to pass, it's Page. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They're working that left side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Gamecocks are flying down the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The Gamecocks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Gamecocks back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll leave it with him. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Page. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the 2nd half to throw any completions.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. The play action fake. He's got his man across the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Gamecocks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackle.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. Never a doubt. That'll close the gap to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in the showdown between Georgia and Georgia Tech. Here's how it went down. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had zero problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Clemson is quick to the line. Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Barry. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. He wants to take the top off. Snatches it on the right. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Lining up from the 34 on first down. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we've got to show him things are about to be different.
Powers through the defender. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Fires to the middle. Intercepted, number 19. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Page. Throws for the tight end. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Behind the chains now on second and long. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. And the Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and look for room. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quick completion on the out route. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Pass interference. Offense.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. Second down coming up. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to fire on second down. Turns it loose. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
Well, the kicking team obviously missed the fair catch signal. The officials did not. Back to pass, it's Page. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Gamecocks are threatening in the red zone. Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
Pressure coming. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Touchdown, South Carolina. How about that D making the play and lining up the board and swinging some momentum in their favor?
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Might as well give it to him again. There he goes. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Here comes Clemson with another first down. They go to the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And this is a situation this offense trains for, having the lead late in the game, running the ball to ice it. They're just bleeding seconds off the clock. It's been a beautiful drive so far. And the defense, even though they know they're going to run it, they just can't stop it.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Or will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for a physical attack from the gun. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. He might want another play. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Touchdown, Clemson! And they take it in for 6 more points. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
Man, I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
The Gamecocks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
They run it, they get the 1st down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the back. Looking to throw, it's Page. Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Now facing a 3rd and long. Tight end now in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pocket breaking down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. to the ground with the back. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. South Carolina did a lot of crowing before the game, but as it turns out, the chicken curse is alive and well as Clemson wins the Palmetto Showdown. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.